I've spent over 8 years trading full time and poured over $217,000 into understanding exactly why traders get stuck. And what I discovered, and what I've taught countless students who are now seeing consistent results like this, and this, is that a true trading breakthrough comes from mastering your inner game. After watching 67 trading psychology videos on YouTube, I realized that they all had something in common. They told you what to think and why to think that way, but not how to actually do it. So today, I want to give you my $217,000 method that shows you the how. It didn't just transform my trading mindset, it transformed my life. I used it to lose 50 pounds, overcome addictions and unhealthy habits, completely remove chronic panic and anxiety attacks that I dealt with for nearly a decade, create a dreamy relationship, become more balanced, and live my life with more freedom of time and money. I call it the NeuroEdge method, and it's a cutting-edge fusion of neuroscience, psychology, and behavioral science designed to help you trade with more consistency, manage your emotions, and create a powerful trading mindset. It has 3 core stages to it. So stage 1 is state regulation. And this focuses on mastering your physiology. Stage 2 is compassionate inquiry. This is a process for communicating with and understanding your inner world. Lastly is stage 3, and this is all about strategic repatterning. This focuses on reprogramming your subconscious responses that destroy your trading. Now, before we dive into each step, you need to understand the core conflict happening inside of you that this method resolves. Here's how to understand it. Think of your brain as a ship. It's made up of the captain and the crew. Now, the captain is your conscious mind, and the crew is your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is the thinking, analytical mind. It's the part that studies charts, builds strategies, okay? That's the captain. A captain's role is to pick a goal and absorb new information to get you there. As such, the captain learns to understand the law of the markets. It understands that trading is a game of probabilities, that losses are just a business expense, and that your edge plays out over many trades. But the rest of the ship is run by your subconscious mind, the crew. And the crew doesn't understand the market. It operates by the laws of physics. It's wired for a world of cause and effect that is 100% reliable to it. For example, if you touch a hot stove, the cause, you burn yourself, the effect. Okay, this is 100% reliable to the subconscious mind, and it's the world that it's been raised in. But this logic doesn't work in the financial markets because it's governed by the law of large numbers, aka probability. Now, in a probability-based environment, all the signals can say that the stove is hot, but you touch it and it doesn't burn you. This confuses the subconscious mind because it's operating by the laws of physics, where a cause always creates the same effect. So now, emotional sabotage happens when the captain shouts an order, but the crew, not understanding his logic, fears the captain is putting the crew in danger, so the crew panics and takes over the ship. The result is internal conflict, hesitation, and mistakes. Now, brute force discipline is just the captain yelling louder, which only works if the emotional state your crew is in is low. Think of discipline as being a skill that's capped at a level 8. Okay, if a crew member has an emotional response of greed that, let's say, it's a level 5, then the captain is able to discipline it and keep that crew member in check. But if the crew member's emotional state reaches a 9, 10, or even 11, then discipline goes out the window and the captain gets overtaken. And this is why people are so great at creating yo-yo results. I was literally a professional at this. Now, although discipline is a great skill and it's worth improving, it's a poor solution if you don't know how to keep your crew's emotional state at a manageable level. And the best way to do this for deep and long-lasting impact is by integrating the captain and the crew. The NeuroEdge method is the communication system that finally gets the captain and the crew in sync, okay, to get your conscious and your subconscious minds working together. It's how you retrain the crew to trust the captain and adopt the laws of the market when you're trading. Now, step 1 is all about state regulation. This is crucial because you cannot think your way out of a panicked body. When your crew is in a panic, you have to calm them down first. This is known or seen as a bottom-up approach, signaling safety directly to your body rather than a top-down approach, which is where your captain analyzes and orders. This is also a reactive approach to calming emotions so that we can properly address them, but it can also be a proactive approach to grounding yourself before trading. Now, the most effective ways to calm emotions at a physiological level are through vagal theory and somatic techniques. I'm going to give you 2 exercises that you can use immediately to test it out. All right, when you feel an emotion or tension building, I want you to take a slow, deep breath in, and on the exhale, make a low, extended voo or om sound. I want you to feel the vibration in your chest, and you're going to do this 3 to 5 times or until you feel a sense of calm and collectedness. Now, this practice directly stimulates your vagus nerve, telling your crew, the subconscious, that we're safe. Now, another technique is gentle orienting. Your stress brain creates tunnel vision. So to counter this, slowly scan your eyes around your trading space, looking at objects, the wall, the window. I don't want you to dart your eyes, but let them glide. This tells your limbic system there are no immediate threats, allowing the crew to stand down. Now, these aren't just relaxing, they're powerful neurophysiological resets. And once your crew is calmer, you, the captain, can move to step 2. Now that you're in a calmer state, it's time to turn our attention inward and communicate with the part of you that's driving this heightened feeling or emotion that you're experiencing. We're going to use a process called Internal Family Systems, or IFS for short. I want to be direct with you. This is the single modality that allowed me to permanently heal the panic and anxiety attacks I suffered from for years, even after a decade of trying every other form of therapy, right? So I'm super passionate about this one. Now, IFS is built on one revolutionary idea that might sound strange at first, but it is the key to unlocking self-sabotage, right? And that is the foundation that the mind is naturally multiple. All right, think about this. I want you to think about the ship analogy. Your mind isn't a single entity. It's a dynamic inner world populated by a crew of different parts. Now, each part is like a dedicated crew member with its own beliefs, fears, and strategies. The part that drives your analysis paralysis is a crew member trying to do its job. And same for the part of you that overtrades or FOMOs into the market, right? These parts operate in your subconscious, which means that you're not aware of them. They're below your consciousness. Now, stick with me here because this is the most important piece. Separate from all of these crew members, you also have the self. The self is the calm, wise, and compassionate captain of your ship. It's your true core, the you that can witness your thoughts and feelings without getting swept away by them. The self is pure awareness. It is always there, but sometimes a panicked crew member will push the captain aside and grab the wheel. Now, the goal of this process is not to get rid of that crew member, okay? It's to listen to them, understand their concerns, and gently help them step back so the calm, confident captain can step back into the captain's chair. When your self is leading, that's when you have what we call self-energy and can trade with clarity and control. Here's a simple format to follow to address a part. I've also linked a PDF down in the description that has the format to follow so that you can do this and practice it on your own. First, you'll need to close your eyes, and you're going to do what's called a sunrise meditation for about 3 to 5 minutes. And this is to connect with your self-energy. This way, we communicate with a part from a place of curiosity and playfulness, and ensure that the core self has the captain's chair and not another part. Then we'll move into step 2, which is to acknowledge its presence. Here's what you can say silently in your head. I'm going to have all these questions down in the PDF for you to follow as well. I notice this intense need for certainty coming up, and I want to turn my attention to the part of me that desires this. Are you willing to come forward? Assuming you get a yes, here's what you can follow up with saying. Thank you for being here. What are you trying to do for me by making me analyze everything and searching for absolute certainty? The part might say, I'm trying to protect you from losing money. I'm trying to stop you from making a mistake. This is when you want to acknowledge what they're doing and how hard they're working for you by saying something like, I hear you. Thank you for working so hard for me. What are you trying to prevent me from feeling if I lose money or make a mistake? The part might reveal that It's protecting you from feeling like a failure, or it's protecting you from feeling stupid or worthless. And this is the critical insight that we're looking for. The desire for certainty isn't about the market, it's about avoiding a deep, painful feeling. So we want to validate this part. Wow, that sounds like a terrible feeling. I understand why you work so hard to prevent me from experiencing that. Thank you for protecting me from feeling worthless. By simply listening with compassion, that part of the crew starts to soften. It feels understood, seen, and not judged. Now that the certainty-seeking part feels heard and appreciated, we can offer it a better tool. And this is where we implement the Neuro-Linguistic Programming Practices, or NLP for short. It's key that we don't implement it on the part, but rather with the part as a collaborative partner. You can say to the part, I understand your job is to keep me from feeling like a failure. I have a powerful tool that can help you do your job even better, leading me towards confident action instead of paralysis. Are you willing to try it out with me? Assuming you get a yes here, you can follow up with saying, great. First, show me that picture you see right before you overwhelm me with analysis. All right, we're going to call this the stuck picture. Maybe it's you at your desk, eyes glazed over, charts flashing, feeling that paralyzing need for more data. All right, I want you to take a moment to really remember this picture. Now, once you've created that stuck picture, I want you to create what we're going to call a success picture. What would it look like if you were acting confidently, executing your plan even in uncertainty because you trust my strategy and know you can handle any outcome? I want you to make it bright and compelling. Feel that confidence. Okay, now I want you to bring up that big, bright, stuck picture. And in the bottom corner of it, I want you to put a small, dark success picture. Now, when I say swish, I want you to imagine that small success picture explode, smashing through the big stuck picture and taking its place. All right, so 3, 2, 1, swish! I want you to immediately break state after this. And I want you to repeat this practice all the way up to 7 times. And each time I want you to increase in speed. Then I want you to try to bring back the old stuck picture. And what you're going to find happens is that it's incredibly difficult to access the old paralysis stuck picture. The new confident action becomes the default. It's pretty interesting. Now, if you don't understand the connections between the brain, mind, and body, then these techniques can seem odd. For those of you that feel this way, I invite you to binge watch videos on my channel that will dive into the neuroscience behind these connections so that you understand the most relevant science behind why these practices work. Right, the NeuroEdge method isn't about brute force, which is what so many traders are familiar with. The captain keeps yelling orders and the crew doesn't listen. And the same mistakes are a result of it. So you can keep repeating these mistakes, or you can try a different approach. Now, the NeuroEdge method is about understanding, healing, and then strategically upgrading your inner world. We do this by regulating your body, understanding your subconscious crew, and giving them new tools for you to transform internal conflict into decisive action. Now, if you're ready to stop second guessing and start trading with genuine confidence, then it's time to implement the NeuroEdge method. Using the link in the description, you'll find full access to my trading system and group coaching Discord for a small monthly subscription. Now, the online program is a combination of digital trainings, exercises, and group coaching live streams that are very small and intimate. I share live trades in the Discord and host group coaching live streams where we apply the trading system and implement the NeuroEdge method to transform your trading mindset. I invite you to come learn more about it by clicking the link in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.